Get to our top story. Of course, our continuing coverage of the fallen Palm Springs police officers. Now happening today, the murder suspect in the killings of those two officers, 26-year-old John Felix, will face his arraignment. Felix accused of murdering officers Jose Gil Vega and Leslie Zarebny last Saturday after the officers were responding to a domestic call. Felix will have the option to either plead guilty or not guilty on the charges that the DA's officer formally announced yesterday. We brought you that press conference with Mr. Hestron, our DA, live on our midday show. Now, KMIR's Vince Marino has more on what authorities are now describing as a direct ambush on these police officers.
When formally announcing the charges against 26-year-old John Hernandez Felix, Riverside County District Attorney Mike Hestron did not mince words.
This individual wanted to kill police officers. He armed himself with a weapon to kill police officers. He put on a vest so that he would be protected so he could kill police officers. That's the motive. He wanted to gun down police officers because they wore the uniform.
Felix has been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder for killing Officer Jose Gilbert Vega and Officer Leslie Zarebny. Special circumstance allegations have also been attached to the murder charges. They include multiple murders, the murder of a law enforcement officer, and lying in wait.
One of the primary jobs of a public prosecutor is to ensure that the defendant in this case, and despite the charges, and in fact because of the charges that we are alleging, that the defendant gets a fair trial. And so that's one of my primary objectives, is that this man gets a fair trial in our county, and I'm going to make sure that happens.
Felix has also been charged with 3 counts of attempted murder. Attached to the 5 previous charges are allegations that Felix personally used a firearm, that he possessed armor-piercing ammunition, and that he wore a body vest while committing a violent crime.
I just want to relay that the support for our police department, our community, our law enforcement profession overall has been tremendous. And we welcome the public to come this coming Tuesday to the Palm Springs Convention Center to pay your respects and show your love for the ultimate sacrifice of these 2 guardians of the city of Palm Springs.
Vince Marino, KMIR News.
Now, the DA, Mike Hestron, also said that Felix is eligible for the death penalty, and it will take him about 2 to 3 weeks to decide whether or not they will actually seek a death sentence. Lifestream is holding blood drives on behalf of the fallen officers. They'll be donating the proceeds to the victims' family members. Now, they're going to be held at 2 separate locations, one at Daily Grill in Palm Desert from 10 to 1. Also, Rancho Mirage Library from 9 until 1 if you would like to go donate. Of course, every day we want to remind you of the memorial service. You heard the chief just mention it right there in Vince's story. The memorial service, again, will be to honor both of our fallen heroes, Gil Vega and Leslie Zarebny. This is scheduled for next Tuesday on the 18th at the Palm Springs Convention Center. The ceremony will begin at 11 a.m. and the public is welcome to attend. Tomorrow, we're coming together. All local media, we're talking TV, radio, the paper, everyone's coming together for a drive-through fundraiser. All the proceeds going directly to the victims' family members. This is going to be held at the Palm Springs City Hall from 5 a.m. until 7 p.m. You can literally just drive right up, drop off cash or checks, anything else you'd like to drop off that you think would help. And KMIR will continue to follow the very latest on the behalf of these fallen officers. Of course, anything that happens in the courtroom with the suspect or anything fundraiser-wise, or if we learn anything new about who these people were. These were our neighbors, folks. Again, we'll continue to cover it for you. All right, this happening overnight while you were sleeping in Boston. 2 police officers shot. We're told one of them is in critical condition this morning. This after responding to a domestic dispute. Police say the officers responded to this domestic call. A report of someone with a gun happened about 11 p.m. The suspect then opened fire on the 2 officers. We're told that the other officer is in stable condition. Now, the suspect was actually killed in the gunfire exchange with those officers.
They were able to neutralize the subject, who was armed with some sort of assault rifle. who also had on a ballistic vest.
We'll continue to bring you the latest on that officer's condition. Police say he was shot several times. LAPD has now confirmed that an employee who was found dead inside of her home in Whittier was an LAPD detective. Investigators found 44-year-old Nadine Hernandez had died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Therefore, currently, they believe this is a case of suicide, but the investigation continues. Authorities say that she had been working on a case investigating rape allegations against NBA star Derrick Rose, but they, again, do not believe that or any other cases were connected to her death.